Powerful dynasties. Ragnar Lothbrok and his sons. The rise and fall of a Viking legend.
In the world of Vikings, few names echo through time like Ragnar Lothbrok. A warrior, a king, a father. His legend is built on blood, raids, and conquest. But Ragnar's story didn't end with his death. It was just the beginning. His sons would carry on his legacy, and leave a trail of vengeance that would reshape Europe.
Act 1. The rise of Ragnar Lothbrok.
Ragnar Lothbrok wasn't born a king. He fought his way to power. His father was a simple farmer, but young Ragnar dreamed of more. And in the Viking world, power was earned with blood. But Ragnar wasn't just a warrior, he was a strategist. He led raids into the lands of the Franks and Anglo-Saxons, striking fear into the heart of Europe. His victories made him a legend. But legends come with a price. Ragnar's rise wasn't without enemies. As his reputation grew, so did the number of rivals who wanted to see him fall.
Act 2. The ambitious king.
With his newfound power, Ragnar became more than a Viking warrior, he became a king. But ruling wasn't enough for Ragnar. He wanted more. And his ambition would drive him to take bigger risks. Ragnar's greatest test came when he set his sights on Paris. The city was well fortified, but Ragnar was undeterred. He believed no fortress could withstand the fury of the Vikings. In 845, his fleet of 120 Viking ships, carrying thousands of warriors, entered the Seine in March and sailed up the river. The Vikings arrived in Paris on Easter Sunday, March 29th, entered the city, and plundered it. During the siege, a plague broke out in their camp. After initially praying to the Norse gods, they fasted on the advice of one of their Christian captives, which resulted in the plague subsiding. Although many Vikings had died in the plague, Ragnar lived to return home.
Act 3. Betrayal and the fall of Ragnar.
Ragnar's final conquest wasn't in Paris, it was in England. But this time, fate had other plans. Betrayed by King Aella of Northumbria, Ragnar was captured. King Aella wasn't about to let Ragnar go free. The Viking king had raided his lands for years. It was time for revenge. But Ragnar didn't die without a final prophecy. He warned Aella that his sons would seek vengeance, and they would show no mercy.
Act 4. The revenge of Ragnar's sons.
Ragnar's death didn't mark the end of his dynasty, it was the beginning of a new era of Viking terror. His sons, Bjorn Ironside, Ivar the Boneless, and Sigurd Snake in the Eye, were as ruthless as their father. When word reached them that Ragnar had been killed by King Aella, the Viking world trembled. His sons swore vengeance, and no one would escape their wrath. Their revenge was swift and brutal. King Aella was captured and executed by the Blood Eagle, a Viking method so gruesome it became the stuff of nightmares.
Act 5. The legacy of Ragnar Lothbrok.
The sons of Ragnar had avenged their father. England would never be the same. But what of Ragnar's legacy? Ragnar's sons would go on to carve out empires. But they could never escape the shadow of their father. His name lived on, but his dynasty was built on violence, and like all things built on blood, it couldn't last forever. Ragnar's story is a reminder that even the greatest kings must fall, and that the cycle of vengeance never truly ends.
Subscribe now to unravel more secrets of powerful warriors and their legacy.